If you're working 40 plus hours a week and you're struggling to get ahead, your paycheck is stealing from you and it's time to take it back. I used to look at my paycheck and think, how is this all that I'm making? How is this all that I'm worth? And I realized this was wrong because when I was struggling, working 40 plus hours a week, working all this overtime and realizing I'm still barely being able to cover my bills, something was wrong. But what I discovered about paychecks and raises will shock you, and it completely changed the way I thought about money. Yo, what's going on? It's LJ Villas here, and I know what it's like to be struggling with paycheck to paycheck and not being paid what you're worth, working all these long hours, boring hours, being away from your family to hopefully be able to pay some bills. And by the time you're paying your bills, there's no money left to do anything fun with your family. And it's like, what's the point of working? Why is this all that I'm worth? When am I going to be able to make some money and get out of this rat race? So after working for 20 plus years at 9-to-5 jobs, I realized what is really necessary in order to get out of this paycheck jam where you're feeling stuck. And I realized creating additional income streams is what really is going to set me off. By the end of this video, you're going to learn what you need to do so that you can get out of this situation today. First, you need to know why your paycheck is stuck. The fact is, most jobs will only give you a little bit of a raise just to barely keep you satisfied, enough to keep you from wanting to go somewhere else. They are not there to help you succeed, no matter what they say about the family lifestyle of this and that job. I remember I was on salary and I would work overtime. I would work all these extra hours because I'm trying to get ahead in my career. And every year I was passed over for promotions. And when I finally got every year a 2 or 3% raise, and that little bit of a $30 to $40 a month on my paycheck wasn't going to do anything. And even when I finally got my promotion, I was maybe given about a $5,000 raise a year. But after taxes, and once you break that down per week, was maybe like an extra $100. So I was working all these years, all this overtime, all this extra work just to barely get ahead. An extra $100 a week isn't going to do anything. After working extra hours, after taking on more work and more projects and more stress on my jobs. At the end of the day, it felt like I was on a treadmill and just going nowhere. The truth is, no matter what, a paycheck will not make you wealthy. Yes, it's nice to have that stable income to pay off the bills, but as far as building wealth, as far as building comfort and being comfortable in your life with all your bills and everything, you need to be able to make more money. And at the end of the day, you need to be able to create your own income. Because no matter how much extra work you put into the job, you're only going to get a very little bit of income compared to if you create your own business, you make your own side income, and you know, the more work you put in there, the more money you make. The more time and energy you put into that side business, that side hustle, that online business that you do, that's when that extra money actually comes and you can make a few $100 to a few $1,000s a week. Now that's a big difference because the more work you put in, you're finally seeing it. Not putting in more work, hoping for more than a $30 raise a year. Realizing that is when I decided to finally start my online business. And I've gone on to make multiple six figures in my online business while working jobs. And not only have I been able to earn multiple six figures, I've been able to help coach and mentor over 1,000 students within my programs. If you want to see how you can start building your online business, I'm be glad to help you and give you all the information. You can go check out the link in the description below or go to partnerwithlj.com. I'm glad to give you all the details there. Point number 2 is the cost of waiting for a raise. Now, I already touched on it briefly about waiting for a raise. Every year or two, you get a 2 or 3% raise, which when you factor that in is barely like 10 to 20 bucks a week, like nothing that's going to be life changing for you. But the problem is there's a cost associated with it. You realize if your goal, let's say you make $50,000 a year and your goal is to make $100,000 a year, understand that it is costing you $50,000 a year, not knowing how to make $100,000 a year. Okay, let me repeat that. It's the cost of not knowing how to make that money, how to escalate to that kind of income. Okay, so if your goal is to get to $100,000 a year and get to six figures and really have a comfortable lifestyle where you can have a job that pays you $50,000 a year or $40,000 a year, whatever you're making, cool. But what you're going to need to do is have an online business, have an online income, a side hustle that's going to be able to match and equal and eventually surpass that. And then you realize the more work I put in here, the more money I'm going to make. And you can do this while still working your job, while still keeping that steady income to pay all the bills. The key is not waiting, because if you wait for a 2 or 3 or 4% raise every single year and you start your job at $50,000 a year, you're going to be waiting at least 20 to 30 years before you finally get $200,000. But imagine being able to have a job where you're actually equaling your income, you're doubling your income. You could throw that away to a savings account. You could throw it away to an investment account or whatever you want to do to help that money continue to grow. But you'll finally be able to get ahead on your bills. You'll finally be able to pay cash for things, take your family on vacations, and do all the fun things that you want to do. That's why we work, so that we can make this money to support our family and have a lot of fun with it. But you're stuck at a job waiting for a raise instead of going out and doing something for yourself and making the money yourself. Because you can wait 20 or 30 years, or you can go out and bust your ass for 6 months to a year and start to make the money that eventually will surpass your job. And at that point, you can make a decision. You can quit that job if you don't like it. If you're tired of being stuck in traffic and being stuck in a cubicle and away from your family all day, and you want to be able to go all in on your business, you have that option. But the cost of waiting for it, waiting to get this raise, that's where you're going to be stuck for the rest of your life, and you will never get ahead. By the way, if this video is resonating with you and you enjoy it, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up skis, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that I know you enjoy this content, and I'll be glad to make more content like this to help you out in your situation. And point number 3 is how to give yourself a raise. Look, here's the thing. The system isn't broken. It's rigged to keep you underpaid. Your job is paying you this much money, but making this much money out of you. And it's time for you to get a bigger chunk of that money. Vince McMahon, for years, owned the WWE. Now, he would pay his wrestlers a salary, but what he would do is those wrestlers would be paid very good money, millions of dollars, some of them hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars. But Vince McMahon was making millions and tens of millions of dollars from them with merchandise sales, with all this other stuff. Yeah, they get a small cut, but at the end of the day, Vince McMahon is getting a small piece of everyone's money. So your big stars, your John Cena's, your Roman Reigns, Steve Austin, The Rock, yeah, they're getting paid millions of dollars, but Vince McMahon is making tens of millions of dollars off these guys. So they're happy getting paid what they're paid, but he's making way more money out of it. So when you become your own boss, you run your own business, you can start having a bigger chunk of the pie, and you're not being paid a sort of small percentage of sales. You can actually earn your own income, make all the money, keep it for yourself. The moment I stopped waiting and started my online business is when everything changed. I stopped waiting for a raise. I made my own money whenever I wanted to. If I wanted to save up for a family vacation, I didn't wait a year or two to save up. I would just sell some products on my online business, sell some digital products, some courses, some trainings. And that's how I was able to earn the money I wanted. And then boom, we would just go on vacation or go on a little weekend getaway with my wife, or take my family to Disney World when we used to live in Jersey. Now we live in Orlando, Florida, and we can go to Disney World whenever we want. And if you're looking to start your online business, I can share with you the fastest and easiest way by actually help partner with me and my system to help you get results. I have over 1,000 students, and some of my systems I've built, 1,000 paying students, like people have paid me to go through my courses and everything. And I'll be glad to share with you, because I'm looking to work with a small group of people, because I want to help pay it forward. I want to help work closely with a few people to help you actually get the results you want. This is not for everyone, but if you're open to it, we can have a chat and see if you're a good fit, and we can partner together, and I can help you in your unique situation to see how we can best help you. If that resonates with you, go ahead to check out the link in the description below, or go to partnerwithlj.com. I'd be glad to give you all the details, and we can see how I can help you start your own online business, start to make the money you want, get out of that situation, not wait for once a year raise, and finally start to make the money that you want and deserve. The truth is, the longer you wait, the harder it's going to be to catch up. Every year that you wait, you're stuck in the same place, and you can never get that year back. And realize your job, while it's nice to have that steady income, can cut you at any time and get rid of that paycheck, and then you're really in a bad situation. And I would hate that for you, because that's what happened to me and my wife. She got laid off 2 days after going back from maternity leave after the birth of our third kid. And after that, I realized I cannot rely on a company to keep my job and my income. I need to make it for myself. And now I'm fortunate enough to be able to build systems where I get to help other people just like you start and build their own online businesses and start to make the money that they want whenever they want. And if you're just going to wait for that raise, that 2 or 3% raise every year to finally get to your end goals, you're going to be waiting your whole life. And then what? So if you're ready for that change and you want to partner with me to help you get the results, because for me, the fastest results was when I partnered with a mentor, and I want to help you get those fastest results too, to save yourself of years of trial and error and doing this for 9 years of figuring it out on your own. Now you have a fast forward method. And if that's what you're looking for, go to the link in the description below, or go to partnerwithlj.com, and I'll be glad to give you all the details. And if you don't want to partner with me right now, that's no problem. Totally get it. But I did make a video sharing with you some side hustles that you could start on your own, that you can actually start today. And if you're broke and you want to learn about some side hustles, go ahead and tap the video on the screen, and I will see you on that next video.